It's that season of year again. The end of the year, the Christmas season, the holiday season, and the bye-bye season, like I like to call it. Are you in Canada, new to Canada, or coming to Canada? Are you worried about overspending and racking up credit card debt during this time? Let's talk about credit cards today and how you can avoid all those mistakes that we all make, especially as beginners using credit cards. Hello everyone, my name is Adeola. I have lived in Canada for over 20 years, and on this channel I share content about growing older and wiser as an immigrant. Welcome back to this side of life. And if you're new here, welcome and thank you all for joining me today. As you can see, I'm in a different environment today because I am actually on the road traveling for work. So what a good time to talk about credit cards, because I have been spending credit cards since I've been on the road. So jumping right into this video, if you're already familiar with credit cards and you use them already, then feel free to jump to this time on the video so you can get right into the mistakes to avoid using a credit card. For those of you who are not so familiar with credit cards, or people that are new to Canada, like coming from places like Nigeria, I've had so many people ask me to talk about credit cards. So I want to say, come closer, like Adeola would say, and let's talk about what are credit cards. So essentially, a credit card is the bank actually loaning you money that you can spend as you wish. When you are using your credit card, you are spending that loan from the bank. A credit card has a limit. So whenever you go to the bank and you get a credit card, there is a limit on the amount that you can spend, and that is called the credit card limit. For example, when you might have a credit card with a limit of $1,000. So that means you cannot spend more than $1,000 on that card. And when you have spent up to $1,000 on that card, then the card will start to decline any payments you try to make with it. So that is why it's called your limit. When you are new to credit card use, then it is advisable that you start with a very low limit. And most of the time, for a new credit card owner, the banks will actually start you like at a low limit of like $1,000, $1,500. It will help you to learn how to use the credit card before you start having higher limits of thousands of dollars. So whatever you owe on the credit card, that is how much you have spent on the credit card, is your balance. And there is a due date for you to pay up your balance. So when you sign up for the credit card, they will let you know what your due date is. Every month, this is the date by which you need to pay back whatever you owe, which is your balance on that credit card. If you pay back by your due date, you have essentially used that loan for free and you haven't paid any interest on it. But if you do not pay back by your due date, then the interest will start to accrue. And so a credit card has an interest rate attached to it. And interest rates are high on credit cards. They are as high as 19 to 21% on your balance. Another feature of the credit card that's called the minimum payment. This is the minimum amount that you are expected to pay. For example, on a $1,000 credit card, if you have used $500 out of it, the minimum payment might be $20. And so every month, if you cannot pay back everything that you owe, you must make sure that you pay that minimum payment. Imagine paying 21% interest on a loan, and it keeps accumulating. Like the interest is on top of interest on top of interest as long as you are not paying it back. So how do you get a credit card? As a newcomer to Canada, for example, you can get credit cards from the bank. There are stores that give out credit cards, and there are credit card companies that also give out credit cards. When you come to Canada or any country in the West, I imagine, the banks are always looking for people to sign up for credit cards because it is such a lucrative business for them. So if you're a student, you are a new immigrant, or just new to the country, you will see many places where people are pursuing you to come and sign up for a credit card. Every time I go to the store, especially Walmart in Canada, they are always asking you, do you want to sign up for a credit card? Do you want to sign up for a credit card? So yeah, it's not difficult to get a credit card. And nowadays, with newcomers, I remember back when I came to Canada over 20 years ago, it was really difficult to get credit cards because they were looking at you as a newcomer. But as the years have progressed, the banks have come up with all kinds of programs for new immigrants to give them, they call it newcomer packages, and they are giving you a credit card, they're opening your account and things like that. So it is not that difficult to get a credit card. What is difficult is managing the credit card and making sure that you're not spending all your money and living in credit card debt. Now, with everybody joining in, the credit card is a necessary evil. That's what I think it is, because it is convenient. It helps you to conveniently make online purchases, and it also helps to build your credit score. For banks to give you loans like mortgages, car loans, and other types of loans, they look at your credit score, and that credit score is a number that is between 300 and 900 that measures your credit worthiness. The higher your credit score, the more credit worthy you are. And to be able to get the higher score, you need to show that you have been taking loans, that you have been paying them back on time. The easiest way to do that is through a credit card. So yeah, it is a necessary evil. That is why you need to understand how to manage the use of your credit card. If you're getting any value from this video, please take a moment now to hit that like button and give us a thumbs up. That really goes a long way to help the channel grow. Thank you very much. So now let's get into what are the things you should do with your credit card. Like we said before, the first thing that you should do with your credit card is pay off your balance, and pay it off by the due date. The second thing you should do with a credit card is many of the credit cards come with different kinds of rewards. Like for example, they could give you a cash back at the end of the year, or maybe you can use it to accumulate points that you can now use to pay for airfare. That's one good thing that you can do with your credit card. If you are able to control yourself and you're able to pay back on time, then you can build up on this point and get all these rewards from the credit card. So imagine you are getting free money, you are paying it back on time, and you are also getting extra perks on top of that. If you are good with your credit card, then it is a win-win situation. The third thing that you should be doing with your credit card is checking your records regularly, especially nowadays when your card can be easily compromised. Make sure you are checking all the transactions to be sure that there are no payments that you did not authorize on your credit card, so that you can dispute it. You can call the bank and they can always cancel it, or work with the vendor and resolve any situations. Now let's get to the mistakes that you should avoid. The number one mistake you should avoid is paying only your minimum payment. That is going to attract high interest rates for your outstanding balance. And if you don't pay your minimum payment, then you are going to face, in addition to the interest rate, late fees and penalties. Also, you will get a hit to your credit score. Failure to pay your minimum payment can reduce your credit score by up to 100. This is costing you more money and damaging your credit score. So you don't want to do that at all. Number two mistake that you need to avoid is buying things that you cannot afford with a credit card. If you want to use your credit card to buy anything, make sure that it is something that you can actually afford, assuming you don't have the credit card. Notice that credit cards are not used to buy assets. Nobody will take a credit card from you to buy real estate or stocks. Most of the things that we buy with a credit card are lifestyle related, like dining, clothes, shoes, cars, things that depreciate in value. So that's why whenever you use your credit card, make sure you are buying something that you can afford. And then finally, don't transfer or withdraw cash from your credit card. Many people are tempted to do that, because yes, you can go to the bank machine and withdraw cash from a credit card, but that is a no-no, because it attracts interest right away. It doesn't even wait until the due date. It will attract interest right away, and it is that high interest rate of 20-21%. So you don't want to do that at all. So in conclusion, as good as a credit card is, with all its advantages, helping you to build your credit score, helping you to make convenient purchases, it can be a trap, a debt trap. So you have to be very careful and learn how to manage your credit card. I hope with this I have answered some of the questions that I've been getting from some of you out there, and I hope that you will use your credit cards responsibly, especially at this time of the year. That's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me again. Please let me know what you think about this video and about credit cards in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know whenever I upload new videos. Until I come your way again, until the next video, you go out and make it the best days of your life. Bye.